Hola familia, mi nombre es Alexandra Bayona. I'm a junior industrial engineering student here at UH. I'm also one of your mentorship co-chairs and I'm running to be your next communications director. I just wanted to preface by sharing a little bit about my backstory in SHPE. I transferred from community college to UH, and for me that change was really drastic, but it was really important to my growth. I was able to grow so much professionally, socially, academically, and for that reason is why I want to give back as communications director. And also, it made me really realize the importance of social media. For me, social media was something that really kept me connected, myself and other members alike. It's how we learn about what events are going on through our Slack, through Instagram as well, and even through our Reels. During my time as mentorship co-chair, I was really able to get some hands-on experience about what some of the roles entail as communications director. I helped create several promotional flyers for our events and challenges, and was really able to draw a lot of creative inspiration from being able to design and channel my creativity. As well, I helped aid in the creation of Reels and some of our other content on our Instagram and taking pictures for other people's events, which for me is something I really enjoyed, which for me was one of the other reasons I wanted to run as communications director. Additionally, as communications director, I would hope to achieve several things, such as being more active on our LinkedIn. I think that's a really great way for us to connect with our professionals, alumni as well, but also leverage our members as well to be able to become more active on LinkedIn through likes, reposts, and everything. Also, additionally, I want to continue with the continuation of Reels and creating comedic content. It's a really great way for us to connect our members and just show off the personality and the life of SHPE. I think that's what makes us really unique. But also on the internal side, I want to be able to leverage more organizational tactics so that it makes the role a little bit easier on us, but on the other end as well. With that reason, I hope my speech helped give me your vote, even though I'm running unopposed. But thank you so much.
So the first question will be by Samantha.
Thank you, Alexandra. What an amazing speech. Your first question is, how would you bridge the gap of communication with alumni and members through social media?
Yeah, so as I mentioned in my speech, through our content on Instagram, it's a really great way for us to connect, as a lot of our alumni also are relation to some of our members as well. So a lot of our members and executive board members, chairs, they're all reposting on their story, as a lot of you I'm sure have seen with some of our Reels and our Instagram posts. I think from leveraging through Instagram is a really great way for us to create that bridge between our alumni who've already graduated and our events. But on top of that, through our Slack as well is another great way. I think for us, just being able to push out really interesting content, something really unique, whether it be educational, it could be something very comedic, it could be, there's such a variety, which is, I think, the best way that we're able to bridge that gap between alumni and our chapter.
Alexandra, great job. As you know, in our current age, 2024, there's a lot of content out there.
Yep.
With a lot of technology coming out. So how would you create content nowadays, or what would you do differently? You mentioned the Reels, but what would you do differently in order to catch members' attention?
Yeah, so I think for us, being able to stay on top of trends is something I'm very active on social media, such as TikTok, Instagram. So I'm always looking for new things that I could draw inspiration on, whether it be comedic, educational. I'm always learning something new through social media. But I believe just being able to stay on top of trends is a really great way for me as a communications director to be able to leverage and come up with new ideas. But as well, I would love to create more content so that we can bridge the gap also between our members and our leadership team, chairs, e-board alike. That way, we're able to really show off that we're a very welcoming community in the SHPE familia, that we're always willing to welcome people in, and that comes first by showing off our personalities and showing off the day-to-day. So I'd love to create day in the life reels of an engineering student. It could be, you know, showing off what events we have going on, what the behind the scenes looks like, and that also encourages our members to become more active in SHPE as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, so you did touch on this, by the way. I love what SHPE-UH has been doing on Instagram, so I love that content. But between LinkedIn and Instagram, there's a difference, you know, in the tonality and the people that are there. Do you have a plan of how to market SHPE-UH differently in both platforms, or is it about the same?
No, it's definitely going to be different because on LinkedIn you definitely want to stay a bit more professional. You know, it's still fun to create, you know, unique flyers or unique content and show off some of the fun things we also do on LinkedIn as well. But I think for Instagram, I think that's where we can kind of separate the reels from the more professional events. So showing off our members who may have gotten offers from RLDC, or sorry, from National Convention, or members who've been attending RLDC or speaking up at RLDC. I think really showing off those, you know, those organizational events where it's for the development of our members is a really great way to spotlight what our members are doing, what the chapter's doing, how, what strides we're making for difference in our chapter. So I think for LinkedIn, it's a really great way for us to show off our general meetings, to show off professional events as well. That also brings in some of our professionals, but also companies as well. I think by having a lot of our members reposting and showing off with professionals, with their reposts, it's a really great way also to leverage companies to be, you know, start looking more into SHPE-UH and what we do, because we are a very big chapter.
Alexandra,
Hi.
awesome speech.
Thank you.
In the past, we've used various social media platforms. We've used TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. And some of them have been more successful compared to others. What plans do you have to further expand on various social platforms rather than just confining ourselves to one?
Well, I would say, you know, with the TikTok situation, it is a little bit difficult with a lot of organizations not being able to post on TikTok. So that's where Instagram comes in, where we're combining that content that you would usually see on TikTok, but on Instagram. As well, you know, I believe it's also a really great idea to also send in our reels on our Slack as well. I know a lot of our members also may not use social media, so if they're active on the Slack, it's also fun so that they can catch in on the comedic reels, on the fun stuff that we're showing off on the Instagram. I think it would really be great to show off, like in a separate channel on the Slack, some of the fun stuff we're showing off on the Instagram that may just not be on the like on the Slack usually. But in terms of going on other platforms, it is a little bit difficult right now to use other platforms like TikTok, you know, as I mentioned. So ideally, I think it's really important that we just leverage our Instagram and LinkedIn, especially.